Hi, my name is Alice, and today I'd like to make a brief video about how to say hi in French by using bonjour, and I'd like to explain some specific things about that word. So first of all, it spells like this, bonjour, in one word, but it's actually a combination of two things. One is the adjective, bon, which means good, as opposed to mauvais, which means bad, and the other is the noun le jour, which means the day, as opposed to la nuit, which means the night. The first thing I'd like to talk about is the pronunciation of two things. One is on and one is ou in French. I start off with the pronunciation because I think that's the hard thing in French for a lot of people, and you're gonna see why in a second. So on gets pronounced on, and that is not always true, but it's true when it's in the very end of a word, just like it is in the adjective bon, which means good. On appears in the end. Or when it is in front, within a word, but in front of a consonant, which is not N or M, which is the case in bonjour. It appears in front of a consonant, but that consonant is neither N nor M. And you're going to notice that it changes right now because le jour has a feminine version, which is la journée. And if I want to wish someone to have a good day, I'm going to say bonne journée. And in that case, because journée is feminine, the adjective is going to change forms to have a double N and an E in the end. And because now on appears in front of a consonant, which is an N or an M, it now gets pronounced on, just like on and off in English. Bonne journée. So you might be thinking, whoa, why do you have a feminine and a masculine version? I'm going to come back to that in a second and the uses. Now, the other pronunciation thing I wanted to talk about was OU. And that's easier because it's always pronounced ou. So, for instance, we have always, which is toujours. We have pour, like c'est pour toi. It means for, c'est pour toi. It is for you. We have tout, which means everything. In all these situations, it gets pronounced OU, and that never changes. Another interesting thing to know about on and ou is that both of them are a word taken alone. On means we, like on y va, which means let's go. And ou means or. You might think, oh, but there is ou with an accent. That means where. The pronunciation is the exact same. As a matter of fact, I think the accent comes in just to make people aware that it's not or, but it's where. For instance, où es-tu means where are you? So now to come back to the difference between le jour and la journée, we do not, for every noun, have a feminine and a masculine version. Just to reassure you, it's quite exceptional. It's the case for the day, and we use it in different contexts, if it makes sense. For instance, when we say bonjour, we say it to say hi, to greet someone when we enter a shop, and then it's one word. So the adjective and the noun are literally put together to make one new word to say hi. When we leave a shop, a place, a friend's house or whatever, and we want to wish someone a good day, we're going to say une bonne journée using the feminine version. So when it's a wish, it's the feminine version. And that's true for the day, but also for the equivalent in the evening. Le soir, la soirée. And if I leave a restaurant in the evening, for example, I'm going to say bonne soirée, good evening. It's two words. You might think, okay, well, does that work for good morning, just like in English? But we don't really use good morning. So in the morning, we're going to say bonjour and bonne journée, just like we're going to do in the afternoon. It's only in the evening that we're going to say bonsoir, bonne soirée. Another use of jour, the masculine version, is to locate things in time. For instance, it was 3 days ago. C'était il y a 3 jours. It was 3 days ago. We use the masculine version. If you would be to use the feminine version, people would understand you, but they will understand that you're a foreigner as well. And then about c'était il y a 3 jours, il y a means there is, but when you add time, it's like to locate in time, 3 days ago. So it can be there is, or it can be ago in that case. And then another way to say hi, which is a bit more friendly and which is also interesting to know pronunciation wise, is salut. It spells S-A-L-U-T, but the T does not get pronounced. And that's mostly the case when a word ends with a vowel and a consonant. We tend to skip the pronunciation of the consonant. And a trick to remember what consonants to pronounce in the end is to remember the word careful. So usually C, R, F, and L do get pronounced when they appear in the end of a word, like for instance, bloc, un bloc. In French, we pronounce the C, or brol, stuff. In French, we pronounce the C. But there are two big exceptions to that again. One is all the verbs ending with ER, which is the main verb group in French. For instance, aller, to go, manger, to eat. All of these have an R, but the R does not get pronounced. And the adjective gentil, which ends with an L, the L does not get pronounced even if it appears in the word careful. So I hope this video helped you. If you like the content, please subscribe, and I hope to see you soon.